evening, Modified 95 family. I'm here out in the garage. Today is just a quick, hopefully 15 minutes or less video, and the point of me being out here is I need to clean up this garage. It's a mess, and I think it's hampering the progress of what little time I get to do Honda stuff. And so I hope it's motivational. These are the type of videos that I want to see, and so it'll mostly be in time lapse, and hopefully I'll make a big dent, and so this garage is a lot better. All right, I can't do anything about this. This is where my wagon needs to go so we can paint it. And so that's all my wife's stuff from storage, which I would just like to throw in the dumpster just because I don't think we need it. But I got a really cool shelving unit. You can see right there is some of it. Then right here is the rest of it from my work. And with that, I am going to clean up everything out here. So as we pan, we can see that it's dark outside because it's 8:30 in the PM. Pacific Standard Time, and it's still 103 degrees right now. It was 106 earlier. I was hoping it would calm down, but we have intakes and wheels. I got a bag full of recycling I need to take to work to sort. Just stuff all over. So I gotta find a place to put this shelf. I'm gonna put it together. I probably can't replace those because those are obviously full of stuff, but I would also like to move a lot of these heads, because that would be cool if we could make this more like an actual stand-up functional workbench, and we could put a vise up there and whatnot. And then I'm gonna put hopefully all these cool heads, these B16 heads. There should be 3 B16 heads and 1 H22 head that all need to be fixed, except for the H22 ones should be ready to go, and that yellow B16 head should be good. I know that one just came back from the machine shop, but I'd like to get all those on the new metal rack. I will put down probably some cardboard so they have something smooth to lay on and it'll be even and flat. And so, yeah, we'll just get working on that. First, I'll put the shelf together, and then I will find a place to put it. Had to move so many transmissions. LS, pretty sure that one's a D series. This one, I think might also be a B series. H series, another LS, B series, and then I think that's a D series. I think this one might actually, I think there should be a spare GSR floating around. Could actually be attached to that engine. That was my original goals. I wanted to get this place cleaned up and put that on the engine stand so we could start the series of videos of what the hell happened to my GSR. But I don't think it's gonna happen. My housemate's already showered and he's already in his room because he's probably have to work early, where I do not. So I'm taking this time, this nice 103-degree weather. See, I moved all these tires. Those are the rims off my wife's car. One of them split. Very weird. I've never seen a factory one do that, but it cracked all the way across one of those beams. Then I got her new wheels, got them powder coated. Then she got the car totaled, and the insurance company said, yeah, come get them in Fresno. I'm not driving 2.5 hours both ways to pick up the wheels they should just give me in the first place. So lost those ones, lost the tires, but I still have a new set of tires for some 15-inch wheels. Air intake area, that's probably as clean as that's going to get. Just intake tubes stacked on top of each other. Those 3 are all AEM ones. They're all carb legal, and there's also factory ones. Try to do it as legal as possible. All right, so here's the space. Bam. I cleaned it, I dusted it. If you haven't done this to your garage, you do it. It's hella cheap. You can do it yourself. You don't need to hire anybody. It just takes warm weather. I'm sweating like crazy right now. It just takes warm weather, a nice scrub to degrease it. With this like salt acid solution that like etches into it. Then you paint it, throw the confetti, let it dry for a day or so, boom. So it's a lot easier to clean. Out here in the country, it gets super dusty, so I always make sure I sweep. I promised the wife that this place would not be a haven for spiders, and that was very important to me. So this is about how far they're gonna be apart. It's about 75 inches. That's why I cleared this space. I'm gonna put the racks under there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to store anything under it, so I might as well put that first one pretty low and then space them. I think there's 4 shelves total. So we'll go back to time lapse. We'll go back onto the shelf, and hopefully you can see me do it, and it makes plenty of sense. So I don't feel like I need to time lapse everything. I'm just moving stuff around. I want this video to be short, hopefully somewhat entertaining, just something to do while you're killing time. These are the ideas I had. My housemate Zero built this desk to my specifications, all out of wood that was already here at the house. So we pulled down this spare room they created very poorly, but there was tons of lumber. So we just got some really nice fasteners and hammered this through to make this nice, strong shelf. Then we store starters, throttle bodies, alternators, all that stuff, distributors, parts of distributors. You know, if we need to plug or coil pack or something from that, that's still good, and we keep it right there. I think there's also a AEM fuel rail right there, hiding by that little mini pry bar. Of course, it had to be high enough to fit a full long block sitting on one of those furniture carts from Harbor Freight. I've shown this before. It's the motor I blew. I'm hoping the top is still good, so we will gradually take this apart, see what's still salvageable, and the rest will just junk. But now this is open, I really want to get a vise so we can mount it up here. But I moved the ECUs that was up here, the Type R wing, and all those heads, and my head from over there, and just started making space. I lost suspension pieces that I just started tucking under the bottom because there's enough room for that, and it gets them out of the way. That was a lot of stuff that was falling over. I put down cardboard on this shelf, about the third shelf up, and I put all the heads. That's probably the weight limit. This thing looks like it's pretty strong. It doesn't look like it's bending, but that's probably the most that it can go up there. Probably not even some dust. That's enough. Then keep this bad boy safe. Tons of ECUs. Don't be impressed. Most of those are like Civic DX, Civic CX out of our cars. I want to replace them with better motors. I had to find the corresponding ECUs. You know, it's no Johnny Tran, but I just have a couple speakers and stereo waiting to be put in. That's just like low on the list, make the car run well. All right, so I'm gonna try to fill these shelves in the most productive way possible. Probably not gonna put the transmissions on there. I probably will move those tomorrow during the day around back, because I have some storage back there that's outside, because I mean, they'll be fine. They've got so much grease on them. They're impervious and it doesn't really rain here much. All right, so continuing, when we come back, I hope to have this whole shelf filled up, and I'll bring a lot of stuff back in the garage just to get to a good stopping point. Thanks for sticking with me. All right, here's the final review. A lot of things are not in its final place. Like, I'll find a better place for that. We have dual air compressors because there's one out behind the back door. Back there, that's the one we primarily use. And we have a few more things that we need to find suitable places for, because big things like that cherry picker, these engine stands, they both need a home that's a good place for them when they're not in use, even though I hope to have a B16 block on this and to figure out what's wrong with the GSR block to go on that one. But yeah, just moving things over. I think I might put some intake manifolds over here, because I think I have them down there. I'd like to be able to see what I had and just kind of line them up as tight as possible. You can see my pile of engine mounts, lots of different ones like post mounts, trans mounts, stabilizer brackets, like pretty much everything is up there. So definitely getting cleaned up. So this will be more organized soon. This is the end of this video though. So finished up, luckily it cooled down to about 99 degrees. So I'm really happy with the progress, but I do have work in the morning, so I need to shower and get cleaned up. But thank you for coming along. I hope this gives you inspiration about cleaning up your workspace. That's probably the biggest roadblock in getting stuff done, is just not knowing like what parts you have, because there's so many hidden away. I have boxes that I'm gonna stock up on that shelf that are full of stuff that's just been moved from my work to storage. And there's lots of good stuff. There's probably a lot of crap I need to throw away. So I threw away a full bag of trash. I swept this place out so I can walk out here barefoot and hopefully not be attacked by wolf spiders and everything else that's out here in the country. And then a lot of this stuff can really just go in the backyard because the weather's not going to do anything to it. All right, you guys have a good night.